Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
What?
Something looks different. Did you get your hair cut?
No.
Oh.
Oh, you mean all that clutter is gone?
Clean the shelves. But, you know, there's a problem with what you did.
Why?
Well, when the Jehovah Witness sees this, they're going to say, my God, they've got more literature than we got.
Eat your heart out.
Yes.
Thank you so much to the family in Canada for sending us a box of literature. And let me tell you, there was some gems in there. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And it was like Christmas, wasn't it?
Oh, man, you ain't a kidding. But the first thing that I set my eyeballs on was this.
Oh, yeah. The infamous blood booklet.
I couldn't help but notice when reading the foreword, they didn't say the brothers, they said the publishers.
Because that's what they are.
Well, it's funny, you know, when you read the foreword of this thing, you get this really distinct impression that they're about to tell the medical profession how to do their business.
Yeah. Is that kind of like the doctors and medical professions telling them what to publish about the Bible?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I just, the arrogance in the foreword to me is real striking. But I found something even more disturbing than that, found on page 8.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. I'm going to start about midway down. They just restated the law that God gave to Noah on blood, found in Genesis 9:3 and 4. It says, only flesh with its soul, its blood, you must not eat. Later, he restated the principle to the Israelites. The blood is the soul, and that comes from Deuteronomy 12:23. But listen to this. We cannot drain from our body part of that blood which represents our life and still love God with our whole soul.
Wait a minute. Read that again. Are they saying what I think they're saying?
Pay attention, Kimmy. We cannot drain from our body part of that blood. Because remember, they just stated Deuteronomy 12:23, the blood is the soul. So we cannot drain from our body part of that blood which represents our life and still love God with our whole soul, because we have taken away part of our soul, our blood, and given it to someone else.
Okay, so what happens if you cut yourself and you're bleeding all over the place? Does that mean that you've lost some of your soul?
You've lost your soul.
Oh my God.
You've lost your soul. But see, the thing is what they're saying is that if you give a blood donation, you cannot love God with your whole soul.
Because you've given away some of your soul.
Can you believe that Watchtower is so ignorant to put something like this in print?
So then, now that they can take fractions, then does that mean that if they get blood from someone they deem unworthy or bad association or, you know...
like Mark and Cora did with their, you know, you're getting apostate blood.
Yeah.
What if this person's a devil worshiper and you're getting a fraction of their blood? That going to make you a fraction of a devil worshiper, Jehovah's Witnesses?
Oh, witnesses, you better protect your soul.
You better protect your soul. But it goes on. Nor would it be sound to argue that loving one's neighbor as oneself would warrant such giving of blood to another person. Now, I'm going to contradict that with the Bible, Watchtower, because you watch this. Love of neighbor is the second commandment and is limited by the first one. Love of neighbor has a limitation on it now. See, love of neighbor is the second commandment and is limited by the first one, which requires complete love of God, consequently obedience to His commandments.
Well, I don't remember Christ putting a limitation on either one of those commands.
Well, yeah, He did. Aren't you reading what Watchtower is saying right here? Watchtower put it in print. There is a limitation on your love of neighbor. My goodness. So, but here's the thing. They say that this is a commandment. Okay? But they totally forget this commandment, Jehovah's Witnesses. John 15, 12 and 13. This is Jesus Christ speaking. He says, it is my commandment. He doesn't say it's God's commandment. He says this is my commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, that someone should surrender his soul in behalf of his friends. Now notice, Jesus didn't say in behalf of his brothers. He said in behalf of his friends. So that could mean anybody. But I find it funny that Jesus says this is my commandment. He doesn't say this is a commandment from God. This is a commandment from Jesus Christ. That no one has love greater than this, that someone should surrender his soul in behalf of his friends. Now we all know that when it comes to the Watchtower cult, their interpretation of surrendering your soul means you have to die for your friends. But why couldn't you share part of your soul by donating blood to save the life?
Yeah, which doesn't involve death.
See, Jesus did not qualify that statement one way or the other. But you have, Watchtower, and when you've done that, you've made yourself play God, because many of Jehovah's Witnesses have lost their life. Especially now that you have gone to, oh, it's okay to take blood fractions, but you know what? There's even something just as disturbing. Next paragraph. Jehovah God, who is lovingly obeyed by his worshipers, has authorized only one arrangement, that's right, one arrangement among his Christian witnesses by which the blood of one creature, doesn't say his son, it doesn't say a demigod, it just says creature may be used on behalf of another to save life. And that is by the means of the ransom sacrifice of Christ.
Now, witnesses, I don't know who you're serving, but my Lord and Savior is not a creature.
Mine's not a creature neither. So anyhow, I'm going to skip down. I'm going to do a little bit of ... Wisely, worshippers of the true God, knowing that the blood represents life, avoid using their blood or that of any other creature for any purpose that has not been authorized by the life giver. Now what's...
So I'm thinking that means animals?
Well, that's the interesting thing. Because the way it's worded here, avoid using their blood or that of any other creature. Well, anybody that's left Watchtower and now begins to really research the Bible will understand that that law that God gave to Noah and the Israelites only pertained to the animals. And it only applied when said person took the life. So, but I find it funny that they say, or any other creature. So, the creature in this sentence is referring to animals, but yet up here, they call Christ a creature. Disturbing. Very, very, very disturbing.
So...
We got more coming with this one, I'll tell you.
Yeah, there's a lot of gems in this book, and so as we get time, we'll be doing some more. So
Jehovah's Witnesses, you have to realize now that taking fractions is a conscience matter. Enjoy your new personalities.
That's true. Maybe they'll get more holes. Maybe instead of, you'll get double holes sold.
Maybe.
Yeah. You all have a great weekend.
Bye.